All right, so getting arrested or having an arrest warrant actually happens more often than you would think. The other day, somebody asked me a really good question about warrants, and they said, if I have a warrant out for my arrest and I happen to have moved to another state, can the police still come to where I currently live to arrest me? And the answer is, it depends. Now, why does it depend? Well, there's this thing called an extraditable warrant. What is that? An extraditable warrant is essentially a warrant that is issued by a judge that says that law enforcement have the authority to bring you from one state to another state to answer to those charges. So let's say you get charged in Los Angeles, in California, and you move all the way to Florida, right? Most of the time, the law enforcement officers from California are not going to travel all the way to Florida to arrest you if it's a silly charge like a shoplifting of a piece of gum or something like that. But if the charge is so severe and so serious and so significant that they need to find you because you could be a danger to the community, then what would likely happen is that judge would likely issue an extraditable warrant. That means that if you are found in Florida where you fled to, if you're found on that warrant, those police officers can arrest you and you can be transported all the way back to California. But for lesser charges like, small thefts of little items, shoplifting, little misdemeanor charges that are just not that significant and not that serious, most of the time it will be a non-extraditable warrant, which means that if you are in another state, nobody's going to bother to transport you back to the original state where the crime committed, just because the costs and the expenses of transporting just one prisoner from one state to another is so significant that it's not worth it, and the crime is not as serious to warrant that type of outcome. So what you need to do is find out if the warrant is extraditable or non-extraditable. But at the end of the day, if there's an outstanding warrant for your arrest, it's essentially authority for law enforcement to arrest you. And whether it's extraditable or not, what you don't want is to be sitting in a jail cell while the police are figuring it out. It's better to turn yourself in and do it on your own time than do it at a time that is inconvenient. So if you found this information helpful, like and follow for more.